Welcome back. Yesterday we talked about your microbiome, that magical little internal ecosystem that lives inside your gut. Today we're going to talk about the gut and the brain connection. Did you know that your brain and your gut are connected? It might seem strange, but it's true. Your brain and your gut communicate directly with each other through something called the gut-brain axis. The gut-brain axis, or GBA, works through a lot of complicated crosstalk between your hormonal, your immune, and your nervous systems. So your brain has 100 billion neurons, and your gut also has neurons, 100 million of them, exactly the same type of neurons as your brain. And your gut neurons work the same way that your brain neurons do, by passing information to one another. Basically, this means that all the neurons in your body are all talking to one another all the time. Imagine this like a chorus of birdsong. They're constantly communicating, singing, passing information about threats, predators, and what's going on in the environment. It's all just a big conversation. So what happens to your brain directly affects your gut, and what happens to your gut affects your brain. In fact, they call your gut the second brain. So when you have a gut instinct about something, that is your second brain at work. So what happens to this fragile and complex ecosystem when you do something like, say, take a course of antibiotics? Well, antibiotics kill the good bugs in your system, just like pouring bleach into a river kills the fish. It doesn't just kill the bad bugs causing the infection, it kills all the fish. And these bugs are the ones controlling your entire immune system, so this is bad news. Imagine the impact this would have on a forest ecosystem. Kill the fish, you also kill the birds that eat the fish, and the plants that are spread by the birds, and the microbes in the soil that grow on the roots of the plants. The forest goes silent. No more information gets passed in the brain or the gut. Communication shuts down. And in your own personal ecosystem, that's bad news for both your brain and your gut. When this happens inside your internal microbiome, chances are good that you will end up with IBS and anxiety or depression because the two go together, hand in hand. Scientists have found that if you start out with IBS, you have an increased risk of also ending up with anxiety or depression. Now, that's not too surprising because IBS is a depressing, anxiety-producing condition. But here's the weird part. Scientists have also discovered that it works the other way around. So if you start out with anxiety, depression, chances are good that you will also end up with IBS within the year. Now, how do we know this? Well, the discovery occurred after a terrible accident in Antwerp, Belgium. In December 2010, more than 18,000 residents were exposed to contaminated drinking water, and many of them came down with gastroenteritis. To their amazement, scientists examining these poor folks discovered that people who were suffering from anxiety or depression before the incident had more severe gastrointestinal infections afterwards. Later exploration has confirmed this fact. Your gut and your brain are connected, and anything that affects one will affect the other as well. Now, for you, this is actually good news. Why is that? Because it's easier to treat the gut than it is to treat the brain. And by treating the gut, we're going to heal your brain as well. As your IBS resolves, your anxiety and depression will clear up at the same time. How do we know this? And how do we do this? Well, we're going to work with something important in your body called serotonin. And we will learn more about serotonin, exactly what it is, how it works, and most importantly, how you can heal your own serotonin system in the next video. To learn more about how you can repair your gut and your brain, subscribe and follow us as we take this journey together. This protocol is also explained in detail in my new book. It's called The Kefir Solution: Natural Healing for IBS, Depression, and Anxiety. See you next time.